Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your in-depth monthly horoscope for January 2023 for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you some broad strands to look out for as ever. Please stay with me. I will then dive deep to give you in forensic detail all the key timings and influences particularly relevant to your sign. Now, as we come into the new year, the Sun, as ever, is located in Capricorn. So for you, this can be a time when you're thinking about your creativity, your individuality, and how you can manifest new ideas. But there's a bit of a difference this year because Mercury, the planet of talk and thought, is in your sign, but in retrograde. This suggests to me that you're going to want to be very much on the front foot when it comes to your ideas and your creativity, not just in January, but all through 2023. But it may be that something you start early on will make way for something else, or something you start early on could go all the way to hitting the targets you set. But I think your desire to be very singular in your approach is strong, but Mercury's retrograde could see some unexpected bumps in the road. But also, at the start of this year and this month, Venus, the planet of love, affection, but also of sensual appreciation and money, is alongside Pluto in your sign. Don't underestimate the power of your charisma right through 2023, because it can draw things to you, and particularly where you do take the less trodden path. So if there's something or someone that really pulls you to them, your instincts are going to be very important. It's just the logic of the situation could be challenged by that retreating Mercury. Now, the other thing to tell you about briefly before I do dive deep is that Venus is going to move into your sector of everyday resources as soon as the 3rd. This could be particularly helpful to you. We're all facing a new financial reality, but you could be one of the signs that actually sees some unexpected serendipity. If it doesn't happen as soon as the 3rd, it can certainly unfold later in the month, not least with an incredibly powerful and very upbeat new moon of the 21st of January, which can't wait to tell you about. So please stay with me for more. But if you would like to understand what this year will hold for you personally, and ascending above this zodiac broadcast, if you give me 3 pieces of birth data of time, date and place of birth, I can give you your forecast for the year. If you order it at the end of year 2022, you get the rest of that year free. But also my special package of 30% off. You will get your life roadmap, your character analysis, which can help you to understand some repetitive patterns that may have come up in your situation, but it can also help you to seize opportunities with greater conviction. I will also, in my package, give you your 12 zodiac sign written forecast for each of the signs, which gives you something to go back to as we go through this new year. Please see the link below for more. Also, if you're new to my channel, thank you for joining me. Please click and tap on the bell notification symbol if you'd like to become a subscriber. For all ongoing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. So Capricorn, as you come into January 2023, the Sun is in your sign, along with the retreating Mercury, Venus and Pluto in a conjunction. This array of first house energy is wonderful for really calibrating your plans towards what helps you to showcase your individuality. This is a very Aries energy, really. So it can be about manifesting new beginnings or injecting ongoing strands with fresh drive and enthusiasm. But Mercury obviously affects our thinking. So in a retrograde, it's possible that you will have a number of different new ideas or schemes or strands that you go to work with as early as January or perhaps later in the year, but not all of them may necessarily come to fruition. But that doesn't mean to say that you shouldn't keep trying to experiment, because your desire to cast yourself in quite a dramatic way, I feel, with Venus in a conjunction with Pluto in a very dynamic way is going to draw a lot of attention to you, and that can open and spring open the doors of opportunity. Now also, as this year begins, Venus and Jupiter, the two planets of fortune, are forging a very sweet alliance. If you're in a close romantic relationship or long-standing family unit where there is a unity of purpose, some good news could light up the start of 2023. But you know, Venus moves on the 3rd into your second solar house. In astrology, the second house is very much in keeping with the energies of Taurus. And of course, Venus governs Taurus. So this also, despite the financial headwinds many of us are facing, this could trigger some real opportunities to improve your situation. Now, from the 3rd through to the 9th, the Sun is in a trine with Uranus in your sister Earth sign of Taurus. This is urging you to continue to experiment. But the full moon of the 6th, which has Mercury cresting right beside the Sun, could see someone push back on your desire to do your own thing. They may feel that you're being too single-minded, or as they see it, even a little bit selfish. But sometimes in life, we really do need to be very focused on what's important to us as individuals, or else we don't give ourselves the opportunity to really grow and take risks. And I think the angle between the Sun and Uranus, even though your sign is generally risk averse, because you're much more attuned to working on evolved things in a steady, patient, consistent and very hard-working way. But if ever there was a time to get some new schemes off the ground, it is the start of this month, but just don't expect everybody to necessarily approve. Now, of course, Mars has been in your sector of hard work and industry since the end of August, and since the end of October in a retrograde, and all through October, November and the first week of December, squaring up with Neptune in your 3rd house. So as much as your ideas may have been very creative and imaginative, finding the actual physical wherewithal may have proved rather difficult. And Mars is in a retrograde this month through to the 12th, but then goes forwards, and that's going to release a lot of extra vitality and focus. Mercury ends its retrograde on the 18th, also another good news story. But on the 20th, the Sun makes the transition from your sign and ingresses into Aquarius. But on the 21st, it merges with the Moon, but also in a disassociate way with Pluto, which is really late located in Capricorn at 28 degrees 20. So it's just under 2 degrees away from the position of the Sun and the Moon. So this is a very influential new moon. And again, it gives you the opportunity to work on your resources. So if you are or have been, as 2022 came to a close, really very singular in your purpose, you've got a clear picture of what you want to achieve, you're maintaining that focus in a very clear way, I feel that the evidence of your progress can begin to manifest itself from the 21st new moon. Now that also forges a great link with Jupiter, and the Sun's link providentially to Jupiter goes on for another week. Something linked to a property matter could be very pleasing for you, but also it's true to say that on the date of that new moon, Venus has advanced and is connecting with your ruler Saturn. Now, of course, for the last couple of years, Saturn has been going through a bruising encounter with Uranus, and some of the things that you were trying may have just felt like they weren't coming off, and it may have been very frustrating. But Venus's alliance with Saturn can help you to think very realistically about resources, And that helps you to make the balance between being more thrusting and daring from the early energy of this month, but then working on the elements that feel right and are showing more substantive possibilities. You can really concentrate on those with a great deal of energy and determination. So that can be very good for you. But on the 22nd, Uranus does end its own retrograde, which also began in August. So this, I feel, is going to help you to be open to innovation, but be less knocked off balance by things changing around you in an unexpected way. The 27th also sees Venus make its way into Pisces. Venus loves being here, it's exalted, and for you it's going to give your personal communication an added magic and dynamism. Someone could be hanging on your every word in the following 28 days, Capricorn. But in week 4, the Sun is also forging an amazing link to Mars. So whereas you may have felt that your physical vitality and your wherewithal to see things through may have declined in the last third of 2022, I feel you're really going to have your mojo back as this month draws to a close. This is going to give you a lot of spark, a lot of focus, a lot of determination. It is true also all through this month that Saturn is in a semi-sextile with Neptune. So if you can balance flair, imagination, but also tenacity and hard work and application, that's a winning ticket. So I think this is a month for you, Capricorn, to take your individual talents very seriously indeed. But as I say, if some strands come to a close or don't work out, try to be philosophical about it, because I think your energy is soon going to go to the things that provide a receptive lightning rod to the energy that you're going to give out. And I think you will soon be back on the front foot. And that link between Venus and Pluto at the turn of the year really could be very, very influential right through 2023. And I think when it comes to your imagination, your appreciation of trends, anything to do with your desire side, if you have the confidence in yourself to take those risks, this can work out marvelously well for you in terms of your career, in terms of your interests, or even in terms of your love life. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Capricorn. Wishing you all the best for 2023.